I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long.
At last, Stobart.
Sorry, Mr. Rickenbacker. I've been busy.
Yeah, I damn well hope so. I'm watching the news.
Oh, anything interesting?
Yeah, someone stole a painting.
Oh, really?
And it was one you insured. What's going on?
Yes. Well, the guy was armed, sir.
So?
You think I should have thrown myself in front of the thief, wrestled into the ground, got myself shot?
Sure would have made me feel better. Anyway, find that painting, or give me a good reason not to pay out. Please tell me that you have some leads.
I'm working on it. I didn't imagine Henri as a musician. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster. The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording. Nope. I needed to find a 4-digit number. The telephone was an antique rotary model. The handset looked greasy. The poster advertised a 1975 Stockholm Music Festival, headlined by a group called the Hairy Lobsters. I didn't like the idea of a pocket full of sharp pins. I didn't need a business card. The lighter was corroded and grimy. It'd probably never work again. I decided to leave it. Carrying an ink pot around inside my pocket would have been stupid. The ink would have stained my hands for days. I didn't feel the need to take Henri's eraser. I didn't want to carry the tape around. I had a feeling I wasn't going to need it. The reel of tape was no use to me. It was the paper that Nico wrote for. Nico lived for the day her story would be on the front cover. There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on the form. I had no reason to search the desk again. Henri's notice board was covered with all kinds of junk. The statue was jaunty. Up close and personal, I could see that the fig leaf was hinged. Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this. Very interesting. I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. I was fairly sure that even Henri wouldn't be silly enough to keep it hidden in the office. The sofa had clearly taken some punishment over the years. the frame containing pressed flowers. Henri sure liked this clutter. It was a hookah pipe. Those things gave me a headache. Henri sure had his quirks. A naked lady stared at me seductively. The trinkets, the junk, the instruments. Henri was kind of a hippie at heart. The woman in the picture looked vaguely familiar. The street was quiet. Henri had a model of a VW camper van painted in hippie colors. The engine capacity was displayed on the back, 1600 cc. Henri may have been a hippie, but a hippie with plenty of disposable income. The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day. It was a pretty flamboyant-looking clock. I had no reason to search the desk again. It was hard to tell if the lava lamp was retro or just plain old. Henri may have been a hippie, but a hippie with plenty of disposable income. The phone was vintage. That wouldn't have worked.
Hello, Vera Security?
George Stobart here, Paris Mutual.
Never heard of you.
Really? Well, I'm surprised. We're leaders in our field in commercial insurance, and our brand recognition is...
Do me a favor. Don't call back.
The lady hung up. I was going to have to visit in person. And there I was, thinking that Henri might have set such an obvious code. No such luck. I needed to find a 4-digit number. I knew it'd be wrong to leave the room without checking it thoroughly. I had no reason to search the desk again. The poster advertised a 1975 Stockholm Music Festival. It was a statue of Henri bearing almost everything. A strategically placed fig leaf protected his modesty. The desk was covered in junk. The desk was covered in junk. In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company, demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business, but now I knew where he lived. I didn't want to go back into the gallery just yet. I might not get another chance to look around. If Henri was a guitarist, then I'd underestimated him. It was a battered sofa. It didn't look like there was anything important on the board. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster. A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster. A 1600cc Type 2 VW camper, painted in hippie colors. The woman in the picture looked vaguely familiar. I opened the compartment again. I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. Now that was a safe. No way I'd be able to pick it. I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. That would be pointless. That wouldn't have worked. The completion note from Vera's security. There was an address. Never in a month of Sundays. Now wasn't the time to call the security company. It wasn't the best time to call Nico. Now wasn't the best time to call Rickenbacker. I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. There was a crumpled letter in the wastebasket. There was a crumpled letter in the wastebasket. The pipe was pretty cool. The poster advertised the 1975 Stockholm Music Festival. It was a battered sofa. The poster advertised the 1975 Stockholm Music Festival. Oh man, the priest was right. Evil was abroad. Oh man, the priest was right. Evil was abroad. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Bingo! I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. Was Henri studying that picture? Or did he look worried? There was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought. Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. There I was, looking at the exhibition. It seemed that whenever Nico stepped back into my life, so did trouble. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail. A good view of La Malédiction. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail. The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him. The CCTV had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malédiction from the wall. He knew exactly which painting to take. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail. The moment it all went horribly wrong. There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out. Why hadn't Henri backed down when the thief pulled the gun? If that was me, I'd have done whatever the guy wanted. The alarm should have sounded when the killer took the painting, but it had been sabotaged. I wondered who could have done that. Maybe Lane or even Henri himself. Or perhaps even Vera Security, who'd installed the system. The most striking... The killer making his getaway. A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful. The painting was gone. The alarm should have sounded. There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious. That was me. I hadn't hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera. Not my best angle. Nope, I needed to try something else. That wouldn't work. Nope, I needed to try something else. That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the CCTV. That was the most recent image. The alarm should have sounded when... Not my best angle.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
That is my job, Monsieur...
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really? So, you have plenty to gain from the robbery.
Well, no. We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool wouldn't know how insurance works.
Yeah. No flies on you, Inspector.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the worm.
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Of course, but I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, pal?
Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation. Monsieur, you are American, no?
Yeah, California born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You may go now. but I will need to speak with you again.
I had some valuable leads. But before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobbart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Two coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it. You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess. La maledictio.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it. Well, the priest thinks La Maledictio is evil.
Charles, she's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something strange going on. The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find. I found the address of the security company Henri employed. It was not the one that I recommended.
Good luck with your investigations. Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And Josh?
Yeah?
It's good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life. The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall. No wonder I'd never heard of Vera's security. The place looked like it had been out of business for a while.
Help!
What's wrong?
There's a monster
What? Where?
on the floor. Get rid of it.
Oh, the cockroach.
Yes, the cockroach. Help!
Come here, little fella. That would have violated the Chemical Weapons Convention. Well, that didn't work. There were crumbs on the floor. No wonder the cockroach was sticking around. There were crumbs on the I refused to torture the little fella. Even cockroaches have rights. There was a huge cockroach in the way. Romanovs, a Russian brand cigarette. The pack was empty. As a child, I'd always been told not to play with matches, but I never could resist. Romanovs. The ashtray was full of cigarette butts. The filters were gold-colored. Very exotic. They didn't go together. I tipped out the matches. I couldn't catch it just by swiping at it. I'd need to entice it closer. That so didn't work. They didn't go together. There were crumbs on the floor. No wonder the cockroach was sticking around. That was never going to happen. I set down my matchbox. Cockroaches like hiding in dark places. Not a bad idea when you think about it. Cockroach wasn't going for it. I needed some bait.
Please don't touch the sign. You'll just make it worse.
Hello, I'm George Stobart.
Call me Bassam. And do please forgive me, but I'm in no mood to talk. I have a resounding headache.
Bad migraine, eh?
The worst. The buzzing and flashing from the old sign is killing me. I thought the neon sign had potential until it broke.
Is it your sign?
No, the previous owners. Used to be a restaurant. But this is horrible. Adversely affecting my footfall and giving me a splitting headache.
You want me to try fixing that sign for you?
Do you know what you're doing?
I'm very good at fixing things.
Then please do. I'm no good at electricals. Marketing analysis and predicting trends is more my thing.
Could you help me with a vermin problem, please?
Please, Mr. Stobart, I really can't deal with other people's problems right now.
Do you know anything about Vera Security over there?
Not really. I haven't been here long, but neither have they by the looks of it.
Why do you say that?
Rush setup, new sign, low investment, and no customers except for you.
Smell this.
Ooh. At least it's the real thing.
I've got some matches.
Always good to have.
Do you have any use for nail clippers?
No.
I didn't think there was much point. Phone covers, cassettes, all sorts. I took a good look at the sign. The wiring was exposed and the cover broken. No wonder it was flashing. I pulled the wire off. Well, that was one way to stop the letters flashing. Now only half the sign was illuminated. The buzzing and flashing has stopped.
And I'm very grateful. But the sign still looks pretty terrible, doesn't it? When you're building a brand from the ground up, name is everything. I need a name that makes my customers long for adventure and treasures from faraway places.
Tell me about your business idea.
This stall is going to put me through college, while giving me field experience. But the nonsense sign is working against me. It should spell a name for my shop. I need something original, yet familiar, bright and in your face, yet subtle and symbolic.
I could take a look at your sign, come up with something.
You are like a genie from a magic lamp.
Could you help me with a vermin problem, please?
I'm sorry, until I kickstart this business, I don't really have time for ancillary projects. I need a brand. A clear message that grabs my key demographic by the lapels and hurls them into my economic bailiwick.
Excuse me?
You know, a name that sounds magical and exotic, that appeals to a yearning they only feel subconsciously.
Seemed the letters could be moved around. Shame it didn't have the right letters to spell Bassam. I'd have to think of something else. Aha. That seemed like a good name. Hey, Bassam, how about this? I know it's not your name, but...
Aladdin. Very cool. That's a terrific name for my store. Hits every one of my USPs.
Glad you like it.
You're a genius, George. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
Do you happen to know a good way to catch a cockroach?
To be honest, George, I'm better at questions on balancing budgets within a liberal economic framework. But as a layman, perhaps I could suggest you trap it? And please, whatever you do, don't squish it.
Why's that?
The entire family will catch the scent and arrive for the funeral.
Ooh, we don't want that.
You need to find a container of some sort. Then I think add this.
Rich tea. Well, what's that, a cookie?
The perfect cockroach biscuit. Dry, dull, unsatisfying, and yet curiously Moorish.
I'll give it a try.
Glad to help.
The box needed some bait. I added some bait to the matchbox. Even I was finding it hard to resist that little trap. Gotcha!
You are a gentleman and no mistake. I hate cockroaches.
Always ready to help a damsel in distress.
I bet you are. Can I help you?
Yes, please. Do you know if there's anyone in the office I can talk business with?
Yes, me, chérie. I'm Annette, the manager.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... The gloves. I just thought...
Ah, easy mistake to make. If you haven't been reconstructed, that is.
Oh, but I have been reconstructed. A number of times. From the ground up.
Look, do you mind not touching the office equipment?
Annette's peripheral vision was, quite simply, astounding.
Do you mind? I'm listening to the race.
Annette was watching me like a hawk. The place looked very much like temporary accommodation.
Please stay on the other side of the counter.
It was like she had some kind of psychic power. She could just feel what I was trying to do.
Yes?
There's been a theft at Le Lézard Bleu. A painting's been stolen.
Shame. Still, I'm sure you'll get over it.
I believe your company set up the security.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, you did.
Didn't.
Did.
I've got all day.
But I didn't. It says here that Vera was hired to do the security at the gallery. Didn't do a very good job, did you?
Where did you get that?
At the gallery.
That job was signed off. You can't say we were to blame.
I was getting a bad feeling. The place looked like a front, and the only person there wasn't helping. Maybe the office itself could give me more information.
Are you done? Only I want to listen to this next race.
Annette, could I just have a quick look in your back office?
What do you take me for?
What? No. I mean, can I look in there?
Oh, I see. No, you can't. It's private. No thanks.
Do you recognize it?
Oof! That would take the hair off your legs. I had a boss who wore that. Know what I mean?
Do these clippers look familiar?
Yes. I mean, no. Why should they look familiar?
I've got some matches.
Yes, I saw you pick them up. Keep them. I can't afford to smoke anymore.
I've got a cookie.
Those dry things are disgusting.
I caught the cockroach. Look, isn't he a sweetie?
Ah! Keep it away from me!
Thanks. Even the plant looked depressed. A crumpled cigarette pack. That wasn't worth trying. Never in a month of Sundays. I didn't want to leave that there. I didn't want to leave that there. I needed a better idea. I only had a few matches. Using one now probably wasn't a good idea. They didn't go together. Not a snowball's chance. They didn't go together. I fed Trevor a crumb. He loved that biscuit. That wouldn't work. I needed a better idea. That was almost a great idea. Almost. Nope, I needed to try something else. Phone covers, cassettes, all sorts.
Aha!
That cookie did the trick.
Right customer, right product. It's a winning combination.
I really like your new sign.
It's magnificent. I owe you one.
What do you think?
I'm over the moon, George. Thanks to you, I can now sell my retro cavalcade of musical cards, brushes, souvenirs. And you know what they say? Happy sellers make happy shoppers.
So what are you selling?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. I sell all those things you can't get anywhere else in Paris.
Like...
English biscuits, Turkish delight, French cassettes, Brazilian Betamax videos.
I didn't think there was much point. I decided to keep the wire. If Bassam knew how flimsy the sign was, he wouldn't be happy. I caught the cockroach, look!
Excellent work. Just don't let it loose near my stall. In a few weeks, this place is going to be buzzing with people, I hope, not vermin.
I think I'll keep him. I'll name him Trevor.
Interesting name. Old school, comforting, harmless. I can see you're quite a strategic thinker, George.
Thank you for the cookie.
You're very welcome.
I've got some matches.
Always good to have.
The place looked like it had been out of business for a while. I decided to leave it as it was. Bassam seemed happy. Mr. Rickenbacker, I've got some new information. Henri used a different security company from the one I recommend. I'm there now. It's a pretty low-grade outfit.
Well, find out what you can.
Hello, Vera Security. We make you secure. Wrong number again. Damn nuisance calls.
Nothing else interesting in there. A very bad photo of Lane in a net. That guy sure got around.
What can I do for you?
Are you betting on a horse?
No, I just like hearing the sound of hooves.
Oh, well, that's unusual.
Don't be an idiot. I got 50 euros on Lucky Break.
Ah, well, I hope you win.
So do I, Sherry. So do I.
Recognize this?
Hey, that's my photo.
That's you with Lane, I believe.
So what if it is?
What is he to you?
Oh, my Hector, that's what he is. My little Hector.
Yeah, I thought you said you had nothing to do with the gallery.
Look, Here's how it is. I've only been here a few weeks. I had nothing to do with that gallery job. I just delivered the paperwork.
So, who was the manager before you?
I don't know. She just, one day, didn't come in for work. I shouldn't be talking to you. The boss told me to keep my mouth shut.
The boss. Have you got his number or address?
No, I've forgotten it. I mean, I never knew it.
Annette, a serious crime has been committed. You're in a lot of trouble.
I had nothing to do with it. Look, I need this job. I need the money. Anyway, it's only a silly old painting. No one got hurt.
The gallery owner was shot.
Badly?
Yeah, he's pretty dead.
Oh.
This is a murder investigation. Now, who's your boss?
I don't know. Honest, he faxes me if he wants anything.
He? Who's he?
I've never seen him, never met him. Don't make trouble for poor Annette.
Thanks. I was pretty sure Annette had told me all she was going to. She sounded scared. Time to put the thumbscrews on Lane, and I knew just how.
I said, please stay on the other side of the counter. Look, do you mind not...
Annette's peripheral vision was, quite simply, astounding. Time to confront Lane. The gallery was sealed off. The place looked empty. Lane wasn't exactly easy to miss, and it looked like he wasn't around. Hi.
Monsieur?
I'm looking for Mr. Lane. Has he been here?
Ah, yes, monsieur. He came by earlier. Told me he was off to console Henri's widow. I hope she's out.
So Lane was consoling the widow. What a big heart that guy had. Did he have a grand scheme or just loose morals?